and this picture is everywhere in Nigeria.
Which one, please? Which one?
Either of the two now.
Either of the two.
They look like twins now, bro.
You understand?
They are actors.
So, do you understand what we are saying?
Some even have it in their church.
But this is not Jesus.
Yeah, good day everyone. Welcome to another episode of Zero Fox Giving. Still remain J Prince.
And Sam in the building.
For virus, for victory.
Yes, today's topic is religion or spirituality. Like, let me expatiate on that. Talking about religion, like, we know some people go to church to serve God. Like, basically everybody goes to church to serve God. Like, and some people, like, when you see them in church on service, you feel like, am I really serving God? Like, so I feel on my own perspective, I feel it is just salvation is personal. Like, how you choose to serve your God, how you choose to interact with your God is like your personal opinion, your personal view and stuff. So I don't think being all rooted to the point of it affects your way of living, your dressing, your dress codes and stuff. I don't think, to me, that really applies to how God like helps you or how you serve your God. Like, so, like, let me go to Virus. Like, what do you think?
Thank you very much, my Hamid host. The thing here about religion and spirituality is, I think everybody have to have a spiritual life as a human being, as an entity. You should have a spiritual life, but you don't really have to have religion like that. For example, now when I came into this world, I wasn't able to choose my father and my mother. I was born into where I was born into, right? So it could be a Christian home or a Muslim home or a traditional whatever kind of home. That's what is going to define me forever. Like, you understand what I'm saying? I should have a freedom. Like, I think everybody deserve a freedom. Like, I deserve a chance to choose whatever they want to do. Like, this thing of I'm born a Christian, and because my name is Matthew, I need to be a Christian for life. You know what I mean? Then the most important thing is having a relationship with God. And I was watching a clip just 2 days ago or so, and there was this guy saying, this man talking about how religion is supposed to bring you closer to God, but then religion actually take you further from God. Because at the end of the day, God is with you everywhere if you believe, right? So now, instead of you to go through church before you go and connect with God, why don't you connect with God by yourself directly? Instead of going through a third party, because God says you should come unto Him, right? So why do you need to consult a pastor before you can talk to God, or you can receive messages from God? You know what I mean? Like, if you are spiritual enough, you should be able to get closer to God and talk to Him and get your stuff. So I believe that religion is not really important, but spirituality is important in the life of a human being.
Okay, so basically you feel like if you should have a religion, like if you should be a Christian, Muslim, or whatever religion you choose to, you shouldn't be based on going to church or like having a prophet and all that.
It shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that, because when you start doing that, you're going to church, you're going to have a prophet, a pastor like that. Now, trust me, you will be derailing from a lot of things. For example, you mentioned about getting like spiritual into it, like entering deep into whereby it's affecting your clothing, your way of life, the way you enjoy yourself, the way you have fun and stuff like that. I think that's bad. And the only reason why that becomes bad is because instead of you to have a direct relationship with God, you are going through a man, and it is a man that is making that rule of don't wear a ring, don't draw this, don't, you know what I mean?
It's not a man. It's
so I think okay, let me ask you this.
That is in a religion. You have already entered religion now. You know now in spirituality you don't have that.
Let me be clear now. Clear. So are you saying, talking about religion, you're scrapping any religion off. You feel like spirituality.
Yeah, it's what
just
matters.
between you and
Let me
God.
even learn about what I was talking about this stuff. Now you told me just now that it's in the Bible, Abi. Okay, in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, they are not wearing earring. But if you go to Winners, they are wearing earring. It's not the same Bible that Babadi Boye and Mr. Oyedepo, Pastor Oyedepo read. That even you saw it inside. So they did not. Is it that you see what I'm saying now? Is it not a pastor that said that they should not be used television in the church? I'm sure he proved it from somewhere in the Bible as well. That is when man come into your spirituality, like the relationship between you and God. You get me now?
I get you.
So once you involve any religion between your spirituality with God, one way or the other, one rule or the other of man will enter. You understand? And then it will start affecting your personal life, the way you communicate, the way you dress, the way you act, and stuff like that. You get me? But if you see kids now, they're born. When you born them, they have this different attitude. You understand? Different reactions and everything. But in the church, they want everybody to be to react to everything the same way. Live the life the same way. It cannot work like that.
But then again, you think it's cool to make your own religious rule?
It's not rules.
Because I feel like let me tell you why I call it a rule. Because I feel for every thing in life there's always a guideline, there's a manual and stuff to. So if you feel like you've not seen God before, I'm sure you've so you've actually not had a personal encounter with him and stuff to know. So I feel like if there's a way you want to like interact with your God, there should be a guideline. Or you just feel like you could create your own personal rules based on your own spirituality.
No, for example, I don't mean it like that.
Okay.
For example, now there must be rules, right? You don't need to be a Christian or a Muslim to know that you are not supposed to kill somebody. You don't need to be a Christian or Muslim to know that you are not supposed to steal from somebody.
Yeah.
So those are basic rules of life. An artist knows that he's not supposed to steal from somebody. Somebody who don't believe in God at all. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the rules that I'm saying you should follow. Once you follow those things, you can now go to God. Allah, I'm here. You get what I mean? Whatever name that you want to call onto him with, it's your business. Whether you want to go as a Muslim now, as a Christian, as a traditionalist, it's your own personal. I'm not deciding for anybody. Then you communicate with him. But the moment you start, what I was pointing out again, you understand, having a religion, somebody who is now, if you want to pray in the name of Jesus, the pastor is going to pray in the name of Jesus. Okay, why can't I just pray in the name of Jesus in my closet? If I'm going to pray in the name of Allah, why can't I just pray in the name of Allah in my house? Do I need to go and meet? You get what I'm trying to say? That is what I'm just trying to say.
What do you think?
Okay. From here, I'm going to speak from my experience, right? Growing up, my dad, as everybody knows, is a pastor, right?
Oh yeah.
So my dad allows us to do everything we want to do. You get every day. I used to plant my hair, act movie. You get my dad. You see, like the church member can have issues with it. You understand? But my dad will always tell my sisters that if your husband like trouser, you have to wear trouser because that is what it's making. It's bringing attraction to his mind. My dad have always let us do anything we want to do. You understand? So it has always been in the mindset, the way. And one thing I know is how your life is how you were brought up. Do you understand? So for me, I was brought up in a Christian family, and but when we are talking about spirituality, what I want you to know is spirituality past spirituality. You understand? Why you need a pastor? Let me tell you some secrets in your life, ne? Why you need a pastor is for someone to be a pastor. I'm talking about real pastors, ne? They are ordained to be a pastor. You get?
I like that.
For them to be a pastor, they have that thing we call say and do. You understand? Like we Kerubu, right? We believe that you can pray. We can do eto. I don't know how to say eto in English. Eto is like we put one or two things
prayer
together.
segment.
You understand?
Spiritual
So
segment.
you as a normal Christian, you can believe that when you pray, everything, bro, you can be praying for a year and 9 months, everything will still be in the same thing. God is on a queue, like you're on the queue to reach God. You long gone. But that about go to check ale. Baba obey. All your long logo.
Okay, yeah, makes sense actually. Yeah, I also wanted to say that because I think eventually you just need a prophet, because no matter how spiritual you are, I don't think sometimes you be as spiritual as an ordained man of God.
Yeah.
You understand? So he knows.
Yeah, I get your point as well. But remember when you guys were talking about that, he said something. He said, "Real man of God."
Of course, real.
Yeah.
We're talking about real religion.
That's for you to say that. For you to say that means that they are fake.
Of course,
You get what I'm trying to say. See now, I'm bringing a man in front of.
But then that's another topic of another time. Like, how do you know?
No, I know that. I'm just playing that good now
on
that. On the spirituality of going to be man of God, you understand? Of course, like Junior said, that you need a pastor because it's ordained, right?
That was actually why I said you need even with God.
How would you even
you
know?
need a guideline to like.
How would
there are
you know?
things that you don't even
pastor
know
is real or is not real.
Like, okay,
can I
should I ask you, is Bible real?
Man, that's another topic for another day.
That is it. If you don't believe Bible is real, you can't believe pastors are real. Even if they are ordained.
Because these are what I want to say, right? When you are talking about a real pastor and a fake pastor, a real pastor, they are there, fake pastors are there, right? For you to know a real pastor or fake pastor, nobody's going to write it on their forehead and
But
say,
let me ask you just this here. On when you were growing up, since now, can you count on your hand 5 fingers how many real pastors that you know? Your popsy, right? Real pastor. Yeah, give me another one.
Baba Lori,
So what's your Baba?
Agbo Jesu, now many.
I'm listening to you.
Let me explain
If I
something.
not tell you now to come and
Okay,
tell me.
virus,
Yeah.
wait. Let me explain something to you. What you need to understand is, my growing up is different from your growing up. Me, I can't know fake pastors because the pastors I will know will be my dad's friend.
Bro, you will know now. You
No,
have
wait.
churches around you.
Wait.
You go to places. You know.
Why would I go to someone else's church? My dad has owned a church ever
When
since.
you were in Ogbomoso, you never went to.
That's what I want to say. So now,
When you were in Pretoria, when you were
you see,
there, you
situation
all these things.
will take you out of the house, right? Then that's when you know that some people are fake. Okay, I went to a place in Akure one day.
Why my city?
This guy said,
cut that place. Cut that place.
the issue why I'm having problem is because my dad got many wives, and he asked me how many wives my dad got. I say 2. Then he's saying to that ancestor, say, oh, Baba Ejano.
You're right. When
You understand?
Right,
He's saying the guy is right. You understand? And my dad doesn't even have 2 wives. Do you understand? So there are some things. The Bible says, by their fruit we shall know them.
Yeah, true.
Do you understand?
What I'm saying.
There are some
you
things
believe in the Bible at first.
you will see in a person for you to know, okay, this one is just playing with you. You understand? It's like you like what is going on with boys these days. Like you see one alpha or one pastor say, Amara ori eshin, iru eshin, atese eshin. What they are simply telling you is, afera gbogbo eshin. You understand? It means you want to buy a whole horse. You understand? The complete horse. You understand? It doesn't mean that when they are telling you Amara ori eshin, ese eshin. You understand? And what I also want to tell you about spirituality is that spirit. They are real and they have their names. You get? Growing up, I was introduced to 7 Book of Moses, right? There is one Alpha. He used to be my second dad friend, like as close friend. So one day he went along and took this 7 Book of Moses to do some incantation on it, right? This incantation went wrong, and they beat this man
Spiritually.
So this man, I can call him now. This man get to our gates 2 a.m. knocking, back. If daddy didn't come out that day, that guy would die. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for you to know there is spirituality. Do you understand? So now let's talk about religion. You see, Christianity has always presented in a way, especially if you grew up in Nigeria, you get, because coming to South Africa, things are different here. Do you understand? You see a lot of Christians who believe Jesus is a black person. Do you understand? Who believe Jesus is you know, Ethiopia have their own Bible, and they are the only country in Africa continent that they have never been colonized. Do you understand? And they have their own Bible, and they know their own Jesus.
I don't know the other country, but there's 2 of them that we never colonized, but I don't know the other one.
I think it's only Ethiopia.
Ethiopia and one other country.
Ethiopia, right?
Yeah.
They have their own Christianity, and they have never been colonized. Do you understand? So it means everything in the Bible is real. You understand? It's just it's been translated to us from a colonizers. You understand? Like, let's say Ethiopia, they were powerful that time to bring out the real Bible, the same Bible, right? But there are some things that are missing, right? You get, like Tobit, like in my house we have Forgotten Book of Eden and the Lost Book of Bible. You understand? It's like big like this. You get? I'll bring it to South Africa one day. So, like, it has always been translated to us from a colonizer. So it gets to a stage where people, they were like, if this thing is this powerful, you guys would have kept it away from us if you can come and steal our resources. You understand? Like my wife now will tell you, my wife believes in Jesus, and my wife never knew Jesus' picture. I'm telling you, it was one day we were arguing and I show her Jesus' picture. Like, we typed Jesus. Do you understand? In a mindset, Jesus is a divine. Do you understand? So their own Christianity make them believe that Jesus is a divine, is something that happened.
There's no picture of Jesus.
No, in Nigeria, are you kidding?
Where's
even me, I used to have a lot.
How did you Google it? Google it. Let's Google it now. Picture
Yeah,
of Jesus.
yeah, just like Jesus.
Say the wine.
I'll show you, bro. In Nigeria, that picture trend more than.
Yeah, those actors.
You
They are
understand?
actors now. Even one of the pictures that has been used came out. The guy came out like they should stop calling him Jesus. He was just acting a role.
Because check this. Let me see.
I wrote Jesus. This is what I saw.
Yeah, you go to image. Yeah, this. And this picture
you know?
is everywhere in Nigeria.
Which one, please? Which one?
This
Either
time,
of the two now.
Either of the
look
two.
alike. They look like twins now, bro.
you understand?
They are actors.
So,
Then
do you
that's
understand
God was
what we are
presented.
saying?
Some even have it in their church.
In their church,
But this is not Jesus.
you don't
We are
get
still on
virus.
Jesus now. When you see Jesus
Virus, you don't get what I'm saying.
they are actors, but that is what they presented as. How Jesus.
You
Okay,
understand?
that's what you mean.
So,
That's what they meant.
okay,
So
now
it's-
let me
it's
give
life
you.
apart.
I thought that the good is. I'm sorry. I thought you were educating her by telling her that this is the picture of Jesus.
No,
Oh, I understand.
like
He was trying to ask her, like, do you know
you
how
understand?
like
The way
how
we
Jesus
do our
looks?
own,
You
yeah.
get. So now it gets to a stage that I understand that, okay, the way we understand Christianities are different from each other. Do you understand? Christianity is a religion to preach peace, for you to know that, oh, this is right, this is wrong. Do you understand? Jesus is a divine. You get? He doesn't have a picture of that white guy that is being. You understand? Even me, I can tell you, even me, growing up, I used to have that picture of that man in even on my temple when I want to pray. Do you understand? I put the picture in front because it was brought to me that is that was Jesus. You understand? So when I travel out of Nigeria is when I understand that, okay, so people see Jesus as divine. People doesn't see Jesus as the way we saw Jesus back home. Like, we always think is that white guy.
Unlike me though, unlike me, I knew Jesus.
You understand?
I knew
So
from start.
Christianity is real. You understand? Spirituality is real. You understand? But finding the right person, it's the issue. But like I said, growing up for me, you should understand that most of everyone I will know will be my dad friend or colleague. So I can't know the fake one.
Okay, I get you. Like me, I grew up going to different churches. You understand? Like, I grew up going to a lot of churches. Even before I started playing drum set and stuff, I used to go to different churches because, okay, I grew up around the mom who believes Jesus is everywhere. You just need to go here and pray. Go here and pray, you know. So sometimes we are attending this revival here in this other church. And trust me, I've actually come to realize that there is different categories of pastors. There are some who deals with teaching.
Yes.
There are some revival. Some they are just evangelism.
Some are prophets.
Some are prophets, and some can do those miracles, do the whole thing. But then that is how you could like figure out, okay, is this one called, is this one not called? There are some pastors that you've been to their church, the basic thing they do is you pray to God. If you go to his office as a pastor, that daddy, I had this dream, or I had this ID class, he'll pray for you. He'll tell you whatever psalm you read and pray. That's all. You understand? But the moment he starts giving you that vision, he's still the best preacher. He's still doing miracle and all that. He has become a professor.
Something no balance.
You understand? So and then from when I was a very little boy, I knew that okay, from very little boy, we used to have Jesus, Mary, Joseph and stuff in church, in school and stuff. That is when I knew that okay, there is a lot of display of Jesus that we've seen, just to say okay, for this character, it's just for character's sake. You understand? But it is on like, should I say, less civilization and brainwash that have made a lot of people believe in that picture instead of thinking Jesus is a spiritual being. You understand? You can't really do you actually know how they came up with that Jesus picture? It's not because somebody know how Jesus looked then that still could say okay, this man looks like Jesus. They only say because okay, they said his hair is so these characteristics, the descriptions, how the hair looked, how the thing was, how he was, that was how they chose a guy. Probably the person, the main guy was on this picture probably doesn't even look like Jesus at all, the real Jesus when he was alive.
Jesus was a black guy, bro. I can bet with you.
So I think
because check in Ijebu Ode, there is a tombstone of, is it Ijebu Ode or Ijebu something? There is a tombstone of this woman there, Bathsheba. Bathsheba. Is it Samson wife or something? Bathsheba. Or Bathsheba or something. That woman, the tombstone, in Nigeria.
She chop am. The tombstone she carry the stone.
No, the tombstone where they bury the woman.
Okay.
Yeah, when people go there, watch them as museum, like something like that.
In Nigeria. So
in Ijebu.
That Ijebu she die. Wow. My first.
So how can the person be white and go and die for Ijebu? Do you understand? So I also want to say, you see, for us as a Kerubu and Seraphim, we will use Quran, we use Isheshe, and we use Bible. You understand? We use Quran, we use Isheshe, and we use Bible. our Quran, let's say we want to make seal. You understand? Quran like magic seal. Do you understand? Let's say we want to talk about some other things like we need Bible for, you get, we use Bible, and if we have to use ìṣẹ̀ṣe làgbà, àwọn òfìṣẹ̀ṣe lẹ́yìn tàwa. If you see me as a different Christian because I'm Kerubu and Seraphim, it's your problem, and I can't blame you because it's the way you grow up, it's what you were told, you understand? But for me, it's the way I grew up also, knowing that you have to put everything together and become one. You understand? So that's why we call Mose Orimolade more than we call Jesus. You understand? Because Mose Orimolade was a servant, the same way as Jesus was a servant that come to this planet. Do you understand? So the belief system is different. It's just like it takes a lot for me to explain to you to understand.
I get you, Daddy Good. The thing is, you guys' point with right now is one of, I think it actually solidifies my point by saying, hey, everybody should have the right to choose their own religion at this stage. Because if you are born into something, for example, you were born to your dad as a pastor, you know only his friends, right? Me, I'm not born that way. I was born in a different place. I don't even have a pastor as a dad, right? You don't think that, assuming they didn't take me to maybe redeem that they took me to, maybe if they have let me go by myself now to go and decide, maybe I would have gone and said, okay, this El Shaddai is what I want to do right now. But because if they already defined me that time, they put me in a system, so I need to be going through that way. So that brings us to the point whereby I said everybody should have the right to choose whenever, when you get to a stage, not by birth or by anything, but you can have spirituality with God. And now talking about the picture of Jesus or something, with your own estimate, how many people do you think in Nigeria that believe that guy is Jesus?
I can tell you it's 95%.
Thank you very much.
Of people in Nigeria.
But you know that that's not the guy, right? Who do you believe that this picture now was presented to them by a human being in your Nigeria to the Ekobezini believer, right? That is where I brought it about interference, a man interfering between you and God. Those 95% of people that believed it is because a man, they did not sleep and saw it, the picture. Somebody, human being, and because but also from picture just he believed that person. That you understand what I'm trying to say? You have already put somebody in between. Imagine that I'm a child, I am growing, but I have my own spirit. I'm praying to God, I'm closing my eyes, but then I didn't meet any man to show me that this is the picture of Jesus. Like your wife didn't meet any man to show her that this is the you understand what I'm trying to say? So that is where believing in one pastor or the other. So if the pastor tells you that those 95% of people that believe that they saw those pictures first of all in their churches.
Exactly.
And because they believe in man, and because their pastor already fell for that picture.
Okay, I get your point. See? But let me say this.
There is something. Let me say this. Putting something between it.
Let me say this. You actually make a lot of sense.
A lot of sense.
Okay, but then the reason why I said okay, there should be a manual. If you remember, there should be a manual. Reason being, the Bible says, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. And trust me, sometimes your house could be the most holy place, and sometimes it is not. But then that's why there's a temple, there's a sanctuary. Even Jesus used to go to the temple and sanctuary to pray and stuff. So for somebody like me, my personal belief, I don't believe in any pastor. All the pastors that they've been bringing to our winners, I've never gone to one of their office before, like gone to his office to go say personal compliments or ask for a solution to a problem or share my dream. If I dream, I'll translate it by myself. If I can't translate, I pray to God, because that's who I'm serving.
And I remove that dream in my mind.
You see my point as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said you make sense, because I used to tell people, even in church, like during preaching, they say I don't listen to preaching. I said the reason is whatever he is saying right now, I could even say it more nicer, more better, because I grew up going to different churches. Pastor would talk about faith in the different way to you. This one will say it in another way. This one will use the same Bible verse you use to contradict the same thing. So
I was asking
so
about that people are reading.
humans can actually control you, even brainwash you, try to convince you to believe in what is not even right. You know,
Yes.
so it's personal. It's so
It's what they believe in at the end of the day that they want to put onto you.
True.
Yes.
Yeah,
There are some
I think
churches
that's-
whereby you can drink even. There are some that will tell you that if you
Yeah.
drink, it's the end of the world.
There's a pastor
Bible
using
color
beer to
can-
do
You
Yeah,
get
now.
deliverance.
About the topic about believing in Bible or not believing in Bible, what I wanted to answer about that is, first of all, you need to understand the religion that I'm choosing before you can even tell me. If I'm a Muslim, you cannot tell me if I believe in the Bible.
No, then he will ask you, do you believe in
Because
God?
we're talking about
but-
pastors.
Yeah, I'm just saying about
We're
that.
talking about pastors. That's
And
why
then
I asked about Bible.
once you already told me now, until I'm able to go to Ethiopia or something and get my hand on the original Bible, then there should not be a reason why I should believe in the Bible that has been interfered with, since we all know, we both know that Bible has been interfered with. So why should I now submit myself to the same Bible that has been interfered with? How can I be sure of the parts that were original and those that are not? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
also, like, to be honest
It's
with
just a
you,
lot of stuff, you know.
it has
painful for me to get to heaven now.
it has always been on my mind also,
It's
like
just-
like that's why, bro, like as soon as I'm okay, I just want to go to Ethiopia. I want to ask
Yeah,
my Bible.
and I went there the other time I went to Nigeria. I spent like 2 days there. Can you imagine? But I never had this information.
You should have gone to the
I would-
bookshop.
In fact, there's a whole bookshop in the hotel that I was
I
staying.
would have begged you to buy me
I would
that
have even
Bible.
bought it. And even you can even buy it in the airport for sure. It's just be expensive a little bit.
Yeah.
But I never had this information by then. I swear to God, I never heard this before.
Yeah, because we don't know yet. So the more we study, the more we come and educate you guys. Don't worry, we are here for you.